I first heard about hanging for shoulder health by listening to a podcast in which Ido Portal, the movement guru, or whatever you want to call him, talked about how hanging can realign your shoulders and prevent or treat shoulder injuries. So I looked it up. He referred to an orthopedic surgeon or orthopedic doctor who actually wrote a book and did some research. Turns out the compression of your shoulder joints over time, just from your arms hanging, can be alleviated by brachiating, or hanging from your arms in the opposite direction. That actually applies upward stretch on the joint and creates more space so that your rotator cuff doesn't get pinched inside the joint. So you're less likely to get impingements, labrum tears, things like that. So we've been trying it out, hanging on a regular basis, doing this with our clients as well. And already some people are reporting relief if they normally have tight shoulders. My shoulders feel a little bit better. I think it's a long, gradual process of creating more space in the joint. But essentially, all you do is you just grab a bar, make sure you have an overhand grip, and you're just relaxing into a hang for as long as possible. And you'll notice right away what's tight, and you also feel this all the way down your spine through your hips. If that's a little too intense, you can rest your toes, or even easier, you can rest your heels, if the ground is the appropriate height for that. If not, you can get a chair or a box. But you're hanging as long as you can, preferably several minutes every day, and this is going to create space in that joint over time.
You don't have as strong a grip to hang for a good amount of time. I don't know if you mentioned already, but the amount of time, like the minimum amount of time that you want to hang to see a difference per day is like 3 sessions of 30 seconds each, isn't that right, Jake?
Yes.
Yeah, so if at first you have trouble hanging for 30 seconds, you can always get some hooks to hang from to help take some of the pressure off of your hands so that you can hang longer. And I have to stand on something to get up here, and then at first I always do a partial hang and rest my feet because I'm just so tight in my arms and hips that this is actually painful for me, so I have to kind of ease into hanging.
And that's something good to note. Hanging can be painful at first, but as you do it more often, you get looser and it gets more comfortable. And that's a sign of progress. So in addition to hanging, there's also a series of exercises to help strengthen the new range of motion that you've created in your shoulders from doing the hanging. So the first is just a full range of motion lateral raise, in which you're grabbing weights in an overhand grip, and you're going all the way full overhead. And I can show you from the side. You don't want to overextend your back like this to get up there. You want to stay as vertical as possible, prevent lower back extension, and think about bringing the back of your hands together over your head. Grab a light weight, you can do this 20 to 40 times with. So the second exercise you're doing in between sets of hanging is a full range of motion front raise. And again, you want to avoid extending the back and have all the flexion come out from the shoulder. So you're going as high as you can without your back overarching. And again, the point is, right after doing the hang, you've created some new space in your shoulder. You want to use that space, you want to strengthen your muscles within that range of motion so that you get to keep it. And over time, your arms will get stronger and more stable at that overhead position.
Yeah, so the point isn't like a heavy, hard workout. It's something you should be able to do before your upper body workout to help mobilize and loosen up your shoulders and everything, but it shouldn't negatively affect your workout.
Exactly. We aren't training to exhaustion here. This is more of a rehab / warm-up type of movement.
Just add it to the long list of rehab warm-up movements that we already do.
Exactly. All right, the last of the 3 exercises you should do in conjunction with the hanging is shoulder extension with the palms forward. So bend over about 60 degrees, neutral spine, turn your palms so they're facing forward, and extend your shoulder backwards as far as it'll go, keeping it tight to your body. So it's kind of like a rear delt lateral, but you're staying very close to your body, kind of like an L drill for rehab, if you're familiar with physical therapist exercises.
Oh, I just realized watching you that I've been bending my elbow a lot.
I
I didn't realize I wasn't supposed to do that.
Yep, it's all from the shoulder.
Just imagine you're skiing down a mountainside.
Yes. All these exercises, you want to make sure you're lifting, not swinging. It's very easy to use momentum.
and you're trying to target all the muscles in the shoulder joint.